Hey guys, welcome to another Total War Rome 2 video. This is for patch 10. So here we're going to visit the improvements that we're expected to see in patch 10. This patch was released on March 20th. So in addition to releasing their new Beasts of War update, we are going to see some performance improvements. So some of the things that we're going to see are additional support for AMD Crossfire and multiple GPU configurations, further improvements for GPU performance, and decreased CPU bottlenecks. That's a huge improvement. Total War Rome 2 is a big CPU intensive game. It's one of the only CPU intensive games. It doesn't matter if you've got a Radeon 290X or if you've got an NVIDIA 780 Ti. This game will not let you get the frames that you expect to see because the game is leveraged by extremely powerful CPUs that aren't even in the market yet. So unless you're packing, it doesn't matter if you're running the new Haswell CPUs or in my case the AMD 8350, you're still not going to see frame rates above 20 or 30. Okay, so we're talking about mid-teen frame rates. Keep in mind that's only if you are putting all your graphical settings to the pretty much extreme levels. If not, you might get 20 to 30 frames per second or even more if you lay off the graphical settings. But this game is extremely CPU intensive, so I'm glad to see the improvements to the CPU bottlenecks problem. So we're going to see improved core battle performance scenarios, resolve CPU affinity threading issues. That's a big one. And pretty much that's it. I mean, there's a lot more. Trust me, there's a lot more. But in terms of gameplay improvements, we're looking at Siege AI improvements. We're looking at AI coordination in terms of defending cities. We're looking at just improvements all around where active CPU units would just go inactive. So they've improved that, and they've just essentially improved the AI's ability to predict the outcome of combat. So they're essentially not going to make suicide runs into your cities anymore. They're going to make more calculated attacks. So that's good. And they're also going to flank whenever they can. And that's it. So let's take a look, and let's take a look at the game itself here. Okay, so here we are at the game. Essentially, this is the Battle of Alexandria. So I'm the Romans, and this is pretty much me being attacked here. I was attacked on three sides. So if we look at the mini-map here, I was attacked. There was a landing here. There's a landing here. And then there was another landing here. Now, what happens is, I guess the CPU is having a hard time coordinating three attack spearheads. That is, it sent a really weak force up here, and it tried to burn down this door. It couldn't, so that was fine, as that's the evidence by all these sort of dead bodies here. Anyway, so that attack failed. Fine. Let's go to the next attack. This is the other attack here, and these guys have stalled. They're not attacking the door. There's 0 damage on my door on the on this side, and these guys essentially are just parked outside, and they're just getting demolished by my towers here. Let's look at the other force here that landed here. So here you can see that they've made a beachhead landing, and they aren't doing anything either. There were a lot of them here. I think actually a couple of these guys probably went around and attacked me from there, but these guys aren't doing nothing. So first of all, I want to applaud CA for for doing a lot of the improvements that they said that they would be implementing. First of all, the shadow bug is gone. Thank God. That shadow bug is gone. I can now play the game, and I don't see shadows everywhere. So the fix for that shadow bug was turning off Crossfire or your SLI. But you know, I made this computer for this game, so it was kind of a shame to do that. Anyway, so I'm really happy that the shadow bug is now gone. Those black textures that you'd see all over the map in my other videos, take a look, are now gone. So that's fixed. The AI is a lot smarter when it has smaller forces and more like when it has a more direct force that it's attacking with. In this case, it made two landings, one here and one here, and it couldn't really coordinate those attacks at the same time. It essentially attacked with one group, and then the other group just stalled here. So I'd like to see CA fix this, a little bit more improvement in attacking settlements and coordination efforts between multiple groups. That would be great. In addition, I'd like to see CA making attempts to capture walls that are not just at the main gates. Let's say that these guys had some siege equipment, some ladders. Usually what happens is if they bring the ladders here, they'll just send these ladders straight up here and maybe here, and then they'll fight up on the walls, and then when the walls are successfully defended, then the remaining guys will make a dash for the doors here, and they'll try to burn the doors down, and they'll try to bum rush you. I'd like to see CA put in a little bit of variety in the way that they attack your settlement. For instance, I'd like to see maybe ladders going up at different parts of the wall. You know, a lot more. You'd have a lot more challenge, because right now the user just exactly knows where the attacks are going to come from. So maybe if they could make it so the computer would attack multiple parts of the wall, and again improve the coordination between multiple spearheads against the same settlement. So this is a really good improvement. I'm extremely happy that I can even play the game at all. But this game still needs a little bit more improvement. It's not as much as it's not as bad as it once was. I mean, the improvements between my last video and this video are tremendous. This is actually the game that should have come out at release. This is the game that you should have gotten at release. And if any of you are out there who are just trying to figure out, hey, should I start playing this game again? Is it broken still? No, the game's not broken. It's fixed. They fixed the game. The AI needs some improvement, but the game is fixed. I'm sure that they're going to roll out some more improvements with upcoming patches, and I can't wait to see what they come out with next. So if you guys have any comments about this, or if you guys have any problems, please post them below. Thanks.